What's the most dangerous thing your child was taught in school? My son's 5th grade teacher told the class that asthma only happens to kids who don't exercise enough. I found out after my son had an asthma attack during recess and didn't have his inhaler with him. When I picked him up from the nurse's office, he kept saying he was fine and that it wasn't a big deal. The nurse mentioned that it wasn't the first time he'd had trouble breathing that week. He had told her he was trying to get through it without medicine. That stopped me cold. At home, I checked his backpack and saw his inhaler wasn't in there. I asked him why he wasn't carrying it, and he just stared at the floor. Then he said, "Mr. Jacobs says you only need it if you don't move around enough." He said if I was more active, I probably wouldn't need it anymore. I'm a respiratory therapist. I've worked in pulmonary care for over 10 years, so I know asthma, and I know how dangerous it is when a kid starts thinking their condition is their fault. My son and I had already been through a journey getting him to accept his asthma when he was first diagnosed, one that ended with him in the hospital on the verge of an intensive care admission. So I was not interested in an uninformed teacher throwing him right back into a shame spiral. That night, I sent Mr. Jacobs an email and asked if I could speak to his class. I didn't mention the asthma comment. I just said I'd love to come in and talk about lungs and breathing and all the stuff I deal with at work. He replied right away saying it sounded fun and educational. I showed up the next Tuesday with a set of spirometry tubes, some simple diagrams, and a tablet loaded with videos and real data. I asked the class what they knew about asthma. A few kids raised their hands and said things like, "It's when you breathe too fast," or "You get it if you don't run enough." One boy